podcasts, music, and fun.
Man, who is this?
KenandKitty.com.
El podcast de Ken y Kitty.
Encuéntranos en Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok y nos puedes encontrar usando nuestros celulares mientras cruzamos la calle sin mirar. KennyKitty.com.
Slap, bro. What the fuck?
Did you get a spray tan?
Man, who is this?
What?
Your feet look tan.
Did you get a spray can? Are you spraying, Ken?
I'm not spraying nothing. I
Ken's
just
got a spray tan.
I wear sandals, and I live in Florida.
Why are you stuttering? It's like you're searching for lies to choose from.
I'm not searching for lies. If you wear sandals, the sun hits your feet.
Ken's got a spray tan.
It's
Woo!
that mystery voice. Welcome to the show, by the way. It's Ken and Kitty Podcast, episode number 61.
Since Ken has to keep track now, it isn't just the one about Ken's spray tan.
Not me. It's the sales department in Chicago. They're like, we can't do it. That's the number.
Why can't they? Did it with, you know what? They did it on Friends. The one about. It was always the one about. It wasn't
Right,
like, episode 75.
That's
It was
true.
the one about the sweater left in the coffee shop.
Yeah. Well, this is my cousin, Christine, the mystery voice on the microphone. Christine, come over and show yourself. I don't have a second camera. Sorry. But she's got a lawn chair over there, and she's sitting down.
She's prettier than you.
Yeah, she was the first cousin born. So, and then.
She's the oldest too. Me also.
Yeah.
That means you have to respect us both now.
That's right.
Otherwise, she harms you. Yeah, and I've experienced that a lot, during our tenure.
It's our lot in life, Ken. It's what we were born to do. Hurt you.
Torture the one younger than you?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's our obligation.
I could hear you slurping. That's a microphone.
I didn't hear you slurping, Christine. Don't let him bully you around. You just got
don't
here.
bully me.
He's already bossing you around.
I spent my entire life getting bullied by you. So here's my chance. I'm on a podcast now.
I'm going to stick you in the eye with a stick.
You already did that on the swing set in Hop Hog, New York.
Oh, boo-hoo. I got hurt it when I was a little boy.
What? Now you're on her side?
Of course I am. You know me. I always stick up for the women. Look, you know what? Kids get bullied. It's what kids do. That's how you grow up to be a good person. You get bullied as a kid.
He didn't share his big wheel. He didn't share his army men. He didn't share that little ridey horse thing he had. He was not a sharer.
Oh, no wonder she bullied you. You didn't share.
How gay are you that you wanted to play with my army men?
Gayer than you.
All right. Anyway, let's start. What's going on?
Well, we did, but hi Ken, hi Christine. Nice to have you along for the ride today.
Well, thank you.
You're
It's the Ken
welcome.
and Kitty Podcast, and here's what's happening in Bushton, Kansas.
So I'm going to tell you, in Bushton, Kansas, this is as hot as an MF, and it's hot all over the country. 95% of the United States, along with the rest of the globe, we're in a heat wave. And yes, it's hot. It's summer, y'all. I can remember when, it was 100 degrees and it was summertime. We were kids. We had pools. We were running around practically naked because we could back then without anybody going, oh my God, it's so obscene. But we grew up in the country, so nobody cared. We all bathed together anyway. So what was the difference? But nowadays, oh my gosh, people's shoes are melting when they're walking on the sidewalk. Flip-flops are turning into liquid pools of slippery rubber on the bottom of them. Have you gotten into your car and been burned by the belt buckle? If you're, follow the rules of you got to wear a seatbelt, which is why I don't wear them. I'm not getting burned.
Well, that's good. My sandals haven't melted on the sidewalk yet, but it was one day it was 101 regular temperature, heat index in like the 110s, and then one day it was 103 degrees. We broke records.
Yeah, but you're humid there. You got humidity. We don't have humidity. It's like a sauna here in Kansas, which I can deal with.
I don't know how the humidity affects it. I just know it was 103 degrees. And my
humidity
sandals
means
melt.
you're never going to feel dry. You're just wet all the time. You get out of the shower, don't even dry off. You put powder on, it's just going to turn into like talc balls. Okay? Talc balls are not fun, especially when you got boob sweat. You don't want the talc balls.
Did you have to say
Stop
that
being
again?
a girl.
Now you're going to say the other word too, and you're going to make
Which
me.
other word? Menopause?
The other word you said on episode 60.
Which
Anyway,
one?
or episode 59. Stop. I'm not going to even remind
Hand
you.
job?
Ah, come
Also,
on.
you had to keep making me guess. It's like I'm going to keep throwing stuff out until it sticks. It's like spaghetti when you're cooking it.
Oh,
you
you're
had
bad
to
for
say,
people. You're just bad. You know what's bad for you? They did a survey that asked people what is bad for you. And these are the ones that most people agreed on.
okay.
Bed bugs. I can agree with that.
Me too.
Ticks.
Definitely ticks.
Definitely ticks. When I lived in Pennsylvania, up in Schnecksville, we were surrounded by the woods.
Yeah.
I got to tick the one
Yeah.
day.
They're like blood bags.
Yeah.
When you pop them, they're gross. They're horrible. It's a useless creature.
I had thought that you were supposed to just take a cigarette lighter and burn them out. And so all I did was just burn the hell out of my arm. So,
you're supposed to pull them out first or lather them up with Vaseline because then they can't breathe and they have to let go.
I just took
and
a cigarette.
then you burn them.
No.
Especially with Vaseline, they pop up like little freaking lanterns. Poof. And if they're filled with blood, it just like spurts out. It's like a blood bomb.
You're making me relive it. Stop.
Sorry.
Alzheimer's disease, everybody agreed on.
Yeah.
We all know somebody who sometimes it's difficult talking to them, and you have the same conversation you just had a minute ago.
We do that all the time.
I guess, yeah. I think we're early Alzheimer's. Cancer, obviously, everyone agrees on that. Almost everybody has a cancer.
Well, none of those are fun to make fun of.
Diarrhea.
No, that's fun to make fun of.
This is a survey of things that are bad for you.
Diarrhea is not bad for you. It's good for you. It means that your body's getting rid of something that was not good for your body.
That's actually a good point. That is
so
true.
it's not bad for you. Diarrhea is good. Unless, of course, you're on a bus and there's no bathroom on it.
Yeah, that's
really not good.
That's what I'm going to name this episode. Diarrhea is good. Food poisoning.
Well, that too. It's a good diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to lose some weight? Just eat stuff that's really not good. Mosquitoes. Okay.
Hate them. They love me. I don't know what. And people tell me I should eat a banana. Have you ever heard that, Christine? No? They told me if you eat a banana, they don't want to come near your skin. So I eat bananas all the time, but they still come after me.
Maybe you should just be lathering them all over yourself.
The bananas?
Yeah, like when you take the banana out, all the leftovers inside of the peel on the inside, maybe you should just try smearing that all over. Plus, it might be a really good skin softener. And what is that called? The stuff that keeps the sun from getting you? What's it called?
Sunscreen?
Yes, that.
Wow, that was a hard one, Kitty.
Couldn't think of it.
Okay. Kidney stones.
Oh my gosh.
You had one, didn't you?
I think so. It was either that or it was a bladder stone. If there is such a thing, it was horrible. I seriously thought that I was having I had an appendix attack. I thought my appendix burst. Yeah, that was not fun until we got to the hospital. And then I must have passed it while I was on the toilet or rolled up in the fetal position.
I was with you then. And when you came back, you were like, it was the worst pain you've ever had in your life.
Yeah, it was not like giving birth because that's another thing that's not good for you, giving birth. Okay. Because that's like having a disease that just never goes away.
You're back on your population control thing again. That's good. Glad to see you're back.
Yeah, thanks.
This one's weird. Warm toilet seats? Oh, maybe, because somebody's been on it.
Oh, I couldn't figure that one out either.
What do you think? You're making a face. Speak.
Do they have heated toilet seats, the Richies?
Yeah, heated toilet seats?
Oh, yeah, like a heated seat in your car.
Yeah. I don't know. That one's weird. I think the intention of that is that somebody just got up off the toilet and you have to sit down, and so it's warm, and so you hate that. I don't know. That one was weird. And noisy eating.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know that drives you crazy.
Yeah, that and somebody that constantly when they eat something with their hands and It's like, oh my gosh, seriously? How about if I just cut your fingertips off? Then you don't have to do that anymore. Isn't kimchi on that list also?
Kimchi?
Kimchi.
Kimchi?
Yes, kimchi. Because I don't think anybody should be eating kimchi.
What
Kimchi
is
is
it?
just fermented cabbage that's like full
Oh.
of hot peppers and stuff. It's an Asian food and it's horrible.
Do you eat ceviche?
I don't like ceviche either, but I do like sushi,
Yeah, I like
which is
sushi.
kind of the same thing because it's raw fish, but it's pickled. They put it in vinegar or whatever brine, and then that supposedly cooks it. But does it really?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was having this random thought about fish and how we eat fish. When we eat raw fish, we eat sushi. And I was thinking, when in the caveman days, when they were out searching for food, who had the idea that, hey, look at that, in the river there's fish. Maybe we should just grab one and eat it. And that's probably how it happened. But grabbing a fish out of the water and just taking a bite of it, you're going to hit the bones, and it's god awful, right? So how did that come about? That fish is a thing that we eat in the caveman days.
I saw a bear do it.
They saw a bear do it.
You know what? That's probably true. It was probably some kind of prehistoric bear. And what made them actually cook food to begin with? Meat.
Well,
they
when they
probably
invented
ate
fire.
it raw initially.
Yeah, but when they invented fire, they started experimenting and putting things on the fire, right? I'm sure they put things that were god awful burned on the fire, like leaves from a tree or poison ivy.
Yeah, let's try this. That's not good.
Yeah. It was a learning experience. I'm glad I wasn't there.
I'm glad I would have been the one that was told to cook it because the men hunted for it and the women had to cook it. Women had to do all the cooking. Imagine trying to sweep out your cave with sticks. Come on, really? And then your stupid troglodyte husband comes home and says, "Oh, not clean enough." Oh. And it's like, how would you like to clean it with sticks?
Well, and that was the beginning of time, and so that it really was. The men went out hunting for food,
Yes.
and the women stayed in the cave and took care of the babies.
We were always slaves. Why were women always slaves? Why weren't we allowed to go hunting?
From the beginning of time.
But we probably would have been better at hunting than you men were. We were quiet and sneaky. You guys are just loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, but we're stronger and faster.
I wouldn't say faster.
And
Stronger, yeah.
And we have the motivation to kill. I want to kill.
Yeah, but have you seen a woman who's pissed? Talk about motivation to kill.
Well, yeah, okay. I actually have.
I've been married a couple times. Yeah, plenty of motivation to kill there. I didn't act on it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I would be Jelly Roll with the tattoos all over my face.
So if you include wives and girlfriends, there's probably over 20 that had that killer look in their eye. I was going to die.
Well, look, you stormed through it.
I did. I endured.
I think I've looked at you like that once or twice.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. What you got?
What do I got? Diarrhea, actually, now that you've asked. But we were talking about like the heat, and I have some tips for you, especially with you living in Florida. Now, we know that Christine said that you're spray tanning. So when you don't have your flip-flops on and you have them outside, Ken, put them with the soles up. That way, when you put your feet back in them, you don't scorch the bottom of your feet.
That's a good idea.
I know, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Also, if you don't want to turn the AC on, you can freeze water, fill a water bottle about 3/4 of the way, and then take it out of the freezer and then put it in front of a fan. It'll blow cooler air at you.
No, that doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
That's interesting. I'm going to try that. I got a fan right there.
They also said that you should freeze a bottle and then take it to bed with you. But when that melts, aren't your sheets going to get all wet? Nobody wants to sleep in wet sheets.
I just did that recently.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had to ice my back.
Oh.
I was told to ice it, either heat it or ice it. And they said, lie in bed on your side and put it on your back. Because I broke my L2.
That's
and my
right.
L4 are already crushed. And so I tried to go to bed with a bottle of ice. And I woke up a couple hours later and the bed was soaked. So that's
You sure you didn't pee yourself?
It's like sleeping in the wet spot.
Well, yeah, nobody wants to do that. I don't even know what that means, but I'm just going to go,
You should know what that means. Come
I
on.
do know what it means. Come on. I was trying to be innocent. Will you just let me try to be innocent once? And they say wet t-shirts. Worst comes to worst, wet t-shirt. Which you should be all over because all your girlfriends.
So that's how you keep cool, a wet t-shirt. Well,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll share that with you.
This is Ken's. All my girlfriends wear wet t-shirts or they wear nothing at all.
I'm going to tell. There's a lot of women I'd like to. I'll share that information with. I think they need it.
Yeah, tell them it was on the internet, so I know it's true. Definitely on the internet. It says if you want to stay cooler, wear a wet t-shirt.
All right. So this is strange. These are the kind of headlines we get in Florida. In Florida today, a manatee died in a Florida aquarium. He sustained fatal injuries because it was caused by sex with her brother. Her handlers never believed she was in any danger. She's just having sex.
I thought you were going to say an incestuous relationship, but I guess
it is. It is incest.
I don't think they have much choice when it's just you and your brother. They have urges too.
It's manatee incest. It just is.
Manatee love.
So the handlers are looking at it and they're like, it's a brother, sister. They're doing it. What? Who cares? And the babies, when they have babies, they might be deformed, right? That happens if you.
No, manatees do not have deformed babies. They've been having sex with each other since like the beginning of time.
If you sleep with your sister and you're a human, your baby is going to be messed
if I sleep with my sister, I'm not going to get pregnant.
Well, that's
neither
a
will
good
she.
point, Kitty.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Welcome to Science Corner. Today, it's physiology. Here's Kitty.
Last time we looked, women, we don't have the ability, at least yet, to be able to change our gender to procreate. But when we do, you men are screwed. I mean, we've already got test tube babies and artificial insemination. Do we really even need you other than we could just stick you in big containers and milk you? Really? I mean, if you've been asking your husband to empty the garbage for like 2 days and 3 days, he hasn't done it. Yeah, I would seriously be thinking about getting myself a tank and just going, you know what?
You're some kind of crazy combination of the Matrix and Soylent Green is made from people.
I'm not saying eat your husband, unless, of course, he's really getting on your nerves. It's the only way you can really get rid of him and not have to worry about him telling anybody.
All right, then. Anyway, it was a tear in the ventral wall of her colon. So they were being a little more experimental, I guess, in the bedroom. Well, not in the bedroom, in the water.
Wow.
Yeah, a tear in the colon that killed her.
So that was her big brother.
Yeah, I suppose you had that too, right? So
what?
With the tear in the colon.
I never had a tear in my colon.
Okay.
It just felt like there should have been a tear in my colon. Seriously.
You can stop there. You don't have to say anymore.
Okay. Hey, do you remember when we had that argument about Heinz 57? And you were like, no, it's because it's made with 57 things inside of it. It's so not true, by the way. I did a little research on this and it's not 57 things inside of it. They made 57 different kinds of product, maybe even more. That just happened to be number 57. So,
that's
not because there's 57 things in it.
Well, that's not as fun of a story. You're wrecking it.
I know, but that's like saying, geez, Colonel Sanders was my uncle, but not really.
Yeah. And how many spices are in the Kentucky Fried Chicken?
11.
11, right.
11.
And some of these people who they teach you how to make things that taste like fast food restaurants, and they have websites and they're sharing the recipes, and somebody has it. Somebody has the Kentucky Fried Chicken recipe.
Yeah. I want the recipes for Red Lobster's cheddar rolls, cheddar biscuits. Those are so good. So we need to find that.
I talked to a guy who was a chef at the Red Lobster, and they run that stuff through a conveyor belt, just like a pizza place does.
Really?
Those fast food pizza places, yeah, they just run seafood under this on a conveyor belt under this heat lamp,
kind of like Burger King.
Yeah,
but with seafood.
Yeah, at Red Lobster. I was like, a Red Lobster? They're not really making that stuff?
It's a chain restaurant. Well, do you notice? Okay, so have you seen the commercial lately for Chipotle? You know how they're showing you how they hand make all their guacamole? We make this by hand. Lie. They had to pull the commercial from the air because now they have robots doing it. They got robots making guacamole.
Oh, man. That sucks.
I know. I'm telling you. People are not going to have jobs anymore. First, it started with like syndication here on radio. Did you know the actors strike now? So now the writers and the actors are striking. They've got AI programs in there taking the place of actors where you don't even really have to be there. Now they're talking about making an AI bartender.
Oh, man. That would suck.
I know. I mean, an AI...
You want to tell your sob story to the bartender and you're talking to a robot? No, that sucks.
The robot's going to say, tell me more. Would you like a refill?
You sounded exactly like it. Wow.
Thank you. I know. Would you like more ice in your glass? Would
AI,
you like it topped off?
It's killing radio. And I hate to reveal this about radio, but there are DJs on the air that are AI. It's a computer voice and they're trying so desperately to make it sound more and more natural and real. And they're working on it day in, day out. But some people are already putting the half-assed version on the air and they're firing all their DJs. And so first we had Clear Channel come along and do the syndication and put their jocks on in every market. And when you got off the air in your city, you had to track other cities and you could pull it right up on your computer. And then you go in Denver today. And then, 20 minutes later, you're like in Tucson today.
You're forgetting one of the biggest problems in radio.
What?
Ryan Seacrest. Okay. Seriously. Ryan Seacrest taking every job on the radio and on TV.
When they announced that he was going to Wheel of Fortune, I was like, oh, thank God. The job's open up now. Jesus.
Well, that's okay.
Everybody's job. Everybody's job.
Vanna White wants a raise. She makes $3 million a year just by walking and turning over a freaking letter. She wants $7 million. She wants $7 million. Okay, she's the crypt keeper at this point. You think they're going to pay her $7 million? No, I'm surprised they haven't said, you know what, Vanna? You're not no spring chicken. We're going to cut you down to $1 million. And who can't live on $1 million a year anyway? Greedy, $3 million just to walk across the stage in a gown that you didn't have to pay for and shoes you didn't have to pay for and somebody doing your hair and makeup and making you look stunning like you don't look when you're not at work and turning a freaking letter. Jesus. Okay, granted, there are those of us who probably trip, but I mean, $3 million a year to turn a flippin' letter over.
I wonder if there's a blooper reel where they catch her tripping on her way. And you know what I mean?
Turning the wrong letter.
Yeah, they have blooper reels on YouTube all the time, like all the bloopers from Seinfeld and that kind of thing. And those things are like 20 minutes long. I wonder if there's a Wheel of Fortune one. That'd be funny to see.
Ask Google. Ask Alexa.
Okay. All right. I will. And this is the Ken and Kitty podcast. Kitty, we have to take care of our sales staff in Chicago. Episode. Do you want us to get paid ever?
Hey, look, it's not my lot in life to keep track of numbers. If it was a word, I could follow it, but me and numbers are not besties. We don't like each other.
61.
Oh.
61. Thank you to my cousin Christine.
Thank you, Christina, even though we didn't really get to hear you.
Her nickname is Mad Woman, and that's the way she saved in my phone, and she actually answers to that and has most of her life. So.
Well, just be glad, Christine, your name's not Biker Bitch, okay? Because,
Well,
that's
and then
Ken's
I was
next girlfriend.
No, that was my last girlfriend. It was Boss Bitch.
Oh, Boss Bitch. Bitch Boss.
That's what her nickname was. But her real name is Halstead. She does tattoos downtown.
Here?
Yeah.
I want to get a tattoo.
Okay.
Don't get it on your face. You'll regret it eventually. Ask Jelly Roll.
Good advice. Thank you so much for enduring our nonsense. We're Ken and Kitty.
Bye.
The Ken and Kitty podcast also streams on kenandkitty.com. kenandkitty.com.